Time for a look at your West Tennessee forecast with meteorologist Brian Davis.
Welcome in and happy Wednesday, everyone. A look at your weather. Well, I don't have to tell you, it is extremely hot out there. We've seen more areas just off to the west go under an extreme heat warning. And as I've been mentioning, we'll see a lot of that start to expand over into West Tennessee over the next couple of days. But let's go ahead and take a look at our current weather. So we got temperatures in the upper 90s out there in many locations so far today. And I'm going to refresh this too, just to make sure we got the latest version here, because our latest numbers are ranging from 95 up to about 98 across the board. But so far out of the Jackson Airport, we have topped out at 95 degrees, started out a morning low, a very humid, very warm, morning. It was only down to 75 degrees. So it still was a, few degrees above what most houses are in the air conditioning, even this morning. So we did set a record high actual temperature this day in history back in 2007 and a record low of 51 back in 2004. And so that lets us know, that it's definitely been hotter and even cooler at different times over the years. But it's the extreme heat that we're getting into now. 97 right now in Memphis, as all the traffic is wide open right now. Look at that. We feel like 104 in Memphis. It's 95 right now in Savannah. Feels like 110. So out of both of those areas, it's Savannah that's the most dangerous. That heat index of 110. Very dangerous. And right here at UT Martin, 93, but a heat index of 105. And in downtown Parsons, we're at 93, and it feels like 103 degrees out there with those dew points in the 70s. Here's temperatures across the board. As we said, Memphis coming in at 97. They're the hot spot at the moment. Well, all of us are in the hot spot there, but Memphis definitely topping out actual temperature. But as I said, Savannah, the dew point is a little bit higher there. So it's actually effectively a little bit more dangerous over near the Tennessee River where those dew points are higher. All right, so we're at 95 in Dyersburg, 95 in Covington, 93 right now in Dresden and Union City. We got 93 in Lexington and Parsons, and we got 93 right now in Henderson. Winds have been out of the south and west at about 10 to 15 miles per hour at times. And the radar has been indicating a few showers and thunderstorms out there. We'll take a little bit more of a detailed look at this, but you'll see that we got just a few thunderstorms out there in and around the Enville area, Henderson. We've had a little storm right there near Walnut Grove, another little sail that's been developing right there just southwest of Selmer and right there just to the west of Eastview. And then we got a couple of other ones here, one that just kind of dissipated over the Finger area. And we'll likely continue to see some of this going on right on through the early nighttime. You can see up here around Benton County, Camden, we had a pretty big downpour come through there about an hour ago. And looking at that severe weather outlook, we are expecting the possibility of at least a low-level threat that we could have some type of severe thunderstorm or strong storm within our northeastern down to the central counties area. We'll go ahead and put that on. Take a look at it here. We'll go to category. So the green shaded areas, that's where we could see a stray severe storm in the mix as we continue on through this evening. You see that has been expanded further off to the south and west. Now includes Dyer, Union City, Humboldt, Jackson, Henderson, down to right into about Selmer, and just starts to cover into parts of Walnut Grove and Savannah. So if you're in that green shaded area this evening through midnight, that's a 1 out of 5 risk, low level threat that we could have a severe storm with up to around 60 mile per hour winds anywhere in that shaded area. So we'll keep a close watch on that as we go into the rest of this evening. We had mentioned that. We've also got some updates that we had placed on social media as well, just kind of getting everybody ready for the fact that, we do have that small chance. Now, again, like we've been saying, that's not going to be enough to really provide much relief in the heat because these storms are going to be short-lived and they move out. Yes, you drop a little bit in temperature, but within about an hour and a half, the temperature goes right back up. And here's the deal. It goes back up higher a lot of times on the dew points because you're evaporating that rain that just fell to the ground. So really, you get about a 30-minute cool down where it feels a lot better, and then it's gone. It starts to heat right back up again. So that's the kind of pattern we're expecting through this week. We're not going to be completely rain-free, but it will provide at least some short-term relief, and then it quickly goes back to the bigger picture, which is going to be the heat wave that we continue to be in. So looking at the surface mount, high pressure continues to set up over us. The heat air dome, we're starting to see a lot more of the extreme heat over parts of Arkansas. That's going to continue to expand with that eye over into West Tennessee, and we'll start to see areas going under extreme heat warnings probably by tomorrow, and a lot of that will last through the end of the week and right on into the weekend, because it is going to be hotter, as you'll see on the weekend forecast, than what it is right now. Here's our severe weather threat for today. You can see the slightly more threat is going to be off to the north and east, and that 2 out of 5 risk over much of Kentucky, southern Illinois, Indiana, southwest Ohio, and we've just got the 1 out of 5 that comes back about as far as the eastern half of West Tennessee. So tomorrow it breaks down. It's not as bad, but just off to the north of us, we'll see that low-end severe threat. Let's go ahead and zoom in, though, for the rest of this evening and tonight. There's a look at it. So if you're in those counties and you're Jackson, you're included. Dyersburg, Union City, Paris, Camden, Parsons, Savannah, over to Selmer. All of you guys are included in that green shaded area. So just know when those thunderstorms pop in and around your area, what few that do develop, one of those could wind up being severe tonight. All right. So we'll keep a close eye. That happens, we'll be on with the information, and we'll be tracking those storms. So here's a look at Futurecast. It does hint to a few storms as we go into this evening. We'll let this roll through a couple of times here as it continues to initialize here on the mainframe as we're bringing in the very latest. But you can see rain mostly off to the northeast. Here we go, right through the evening. Couple of storms, one showing up there near Paris around 6, 7, 8 o'clock, right along in there. So we'll have to watch that. Again, these models are not in stone. Futurecast is never in stone, but it does give us a helpful hint of where some of these may form. But right in there, around the 7, 8 o'clock hour, look to be the target time around Henry County, possibly there parts of central and northern Benton County. That one could be the severe storm because you guys are going to be the closer to the greater severe weather risk. You see a storm indicated right there on Futurecast, right there on the Decatur and Hardin County line around that same time. So you guys are also in that severe weather outlook. So the main thing that we use this for is to just kind of let us know kind of a hint of possibly how many storms and how concentrated. It's not that concentrated, but there are a couple of storms showing up here over the next couple of hours. And again, those are going to have to be kind of watched and babysat because they could be a problem. All right, good news, they'll be pretty short-lived. It's not an all-nighter. These will come through in about an hour or two. They'll blow through 30, 40 minutes, and then they're on to the east, and we go right back to the heat again. Here's a look at the rest of your evening as we'll be dropping out of the 90s, finally into the upper 80s by about 8 o'clock. But again, another very warm night where we're only going down into the upper 70s. So we're already going to be starting off very warm in the morning. 77, that's as cool as we're going to be able to get it there by the coolest part of the morning tomorrow, 6 a.m. Then we quickly go back to 80 degrees by 8 a.m. in the morning. It's already going to be noticeably hot and humid. And here's the thing. It's going to be 80 degrees at 8 o'clock, but it's already going to feel more like about 90 by 8 o'clock in the morning. Then we'll head up towards the mid-80s by 9 a.m. So taking a look at the bus stop, buses are rolling out. It's a very humid, already kind of a warm 77 degrees under a mix of clouds and sunshine. Mostly sunny. Afternoon, we go up to 97 during the afternoon. That is the very latest number, and it's actually bumped up another degree. All right, so look at our model blend of highs. They're not helping us at all. So this is a mix between the HRRR and about 3 other models. They, are averaged out, and this is what we get. And it gives us a real good, pretty accurate look at where the temperatures could be over the next few days. Unfortunately, it's hot now, but look at how this is stepping up each day. It's not so much important for the number because you're going to see my numbers will vary a little bit from these numbers. But what we do see and what you'll see in the 7-day forecast coming up is it is going up each day. And as you know, if you've been outside, it is already extremely hot out there right now. All right, let's take a look at the weekend because, everybody's got their eyes on the weekend already. It's Wednesday, right? Some of you may be heading off to church tonight, maybe taking the family out to eat. More power to you if you can afford it, because everything is so high these days. But if you are fortunate and blessed to do that, it is going to be a hot evening. But the weekend, for those of us that may be going to the lake, look at that, 99 on Saturday, 100 on Sunday. 101 is actually my highest number that you're going to see in the 7-day forecast. All right, here we go. So about 96 for the high today, 96 tomorrow, possibly 97. 99 on Saturday, 101. Heat index on Sunday is probably going to be up there between about 115 and about 120. Very dangerous as we head into Saturday and Sunday. And then look at the numbers into next week. They drop, but not much. And so this is a very long duration heat wave. I can't emphasize enough for everybody to use safety precaution, wear light colored clothing. Don't be out in the heat of the afternoon any longer than you have to, and drink those clear liquids. Don't wait till you're thirsty. By then, it's usually too late. And again, don't wait till you feel tired or overly run to go in and take a break. By then, in this type of heat, it's usually too late. And a lot of times in these long extended heat waves, we start to hear of hundreds of people losing their lives to heat. So let's all be careful. Let's check on each other, and we'll try to get through this very intense heat over the next couple of weeks. All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up for now. Thanks, as always, for watching West Tennessee Weather Channel. We'll see you again around 10 o'clock tonight for another update on your weather, but we may see you between now and then. If any of those storms try to get severe into the evening here, we'll break in and we'll be tracking those as well. Thanks a lot. Take care, everyone.
We are West Tennessee Weather Channel.